Hey guys, good morning and welcome to MK in the morning. Man, we got a lot to talk about, especially around the Philadelphia 76ers. They are now in the sixth seed in the Eastern Conference. A couple big losses in the NBA to help the Sixers move up to that sixth seed. We got to talk about Paul George. Is this his best game as the Philadelphia 76er? The dude went off. We got a rant about Joel Embiid yet again. Joel Embiid decides to be funny, and yeah, I'm just like, I had enough of it. I had enough. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe. We got a lot to talk about here. We got a lot to talk about. So let's just get right into it, shall we? Let's just get right into it. And just talk about Paul George real quick here, because I feel like this is Paul George's best game. Paul George against the Washington Wizards went completely off. This Paul George is the Paul George we've been wanting for years. Paul George against the Wizards had 39 points, 5 boards, 6 assists, 3 steals, 6 3-pointers made. He was active on both sides of the ball. This is the Paul George that we desperately needed. And for the last couple of games, Paul George has been stepping up, stepping out. He's been a big part of this Sixers team after the suspension. And if he keeps this up, guys, if Paul George keeps this up, he's going to help the Sixers become a difficult outing in the postseason. As of right now, we're in the sixth seed. So the Philadelphia 76ers need this Paul George day in and day out. Shout out to Paul George. He completely deserves it after this game. Paul George killed it. Absolutely killed it. So, gotta love Paul George on that one. What is up, Grego? What is up, man? Thank you for stopping by. How you doing, bro? How you doing? Thank you for tuning in last night as well. I'm actually going to be streaming the Hornets and the Suns tonight. So that will be at 7 p.m. Make sure you tune into that because that's going to be a hell of a game. Hornets are on fire. The Phoenix Suns, I just want to see the Phoenix Suns play. Now I get the chance. So hopefully you will tune in tonight for that. So, yeah, man, we just got off on the Paul George thing. He just completely went off. He had his best game as a Philadelphia 76er, in my opinion. So, with that being said, we got to talk about the Sixers in the sixth seed right now. The Sixers are in the sixth seed in the Eastern Conference right now. If the postseason started today, they will be against the New York Knicks. And the New York Knicks have been kind of shaky for the last couple of games. So when you look at the standings right now, right, when you look at the standings, the Knicks are third, Sixers are sixth. And they're actually one of the teams that I would prefer for the Sixers to face in the playoffs. The New York Knicks, right now, you don't know what's going to go on with them. Detroit Pistons, right? The Detroit Pistons don't have Cade Cunningham, so you don't know how they're going to be in the postseason. But the Detroit Pistons, right now, they can hang with any other teams. They can beat any difficult team without Cade. So Detroit Pistons, that is another team that I would like for the Sixers to face in the postseason if that does come in fruition. And then we got, I'm not really sure about this one, but I'm going to throw it out anyways. The Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cleveland Cavaliers, they've been a really good team ever since the James Harden trade. They're one of the best teams during the season. But when you get James Harden in the postseason, he doesn't show up. He crumbles. He just chokes under the spotlight. He chokes under pressure. So those are actually the three teams I would like the Sixers to face in the postseason if they actually get there. So they're in the sixth seed right now. Very good spot for the Sixers. I would like for them to stay out of the play-in. I would like for that to happen because if they were in the seventh seed right now, the Hornets are in the eighth seed, and I'm like, I want to stay far away from Charlotte. I want to stay far away from Charlotte right now. They are killing it. I want to stay away from the Raptors as much as I can. So this 6th seed is the ideal place for the Philadelphia 76ers in the Eastern Conference. So we gotta just keep on addressing this, right? With the 6th seed. The 6th seed is the best part, is the best spot for the Sixers, in my opinion, right now. So if they stay here, dude, maybe they can make some noise. We shall see. That comes down to Nick Nurse. Nick Nurse is not doing the best job this year as a coach. Let's be honest. He's been like so bad that you can actually see it on the floor how the players have been acting towards Nick Nurse. Like my barber, me and him were talking yesterday, right? He actually went to the game against the Bulls, so he was there when the Sixers dropped 157 points on Chicago. And he was like, Mitch, I was watching Nick Nurse when I had pretty good seats. So I was watching Nick Nurse, right? Yelling and trying to get the players' attention. The players were just playing. There's like a vibe disconnect. There's a disconnect from his point of view that the Sixers are not feeling, or the Sixers and Nick Nurse are not connecting from what he saw. So Nick Nurse, man, he's just been arguing with the refs. He's just like the plays that he comes up with are not working. You're just better off don't need a coach, in my opinion. Basketball is one of those sports that you don't really need a head coach. Like you can have a coach on the floor like a LeBron James or a Chris Paul or something like that. You just need a vocal leader in the locker room, and Nick Nurse is not. I I don't know behind closed doors, but I don't think Nick Nurse is going to be that guy for the Sixers. I really don't. The Sixers, on the other hand, though, they won 7 games out of the last 10. So, with that being said, right, 7 out of the last 10, that is actually pretty big for the Sixers. 7 out of the last 10 going towards the end of the season, and we have a difficult schedule coming up. We have a couple of tough games coming up. We got Timberwolves Friday. We got Detroit Pistons Saturday. Detroit Pistons Saturday. We got the Spurs Monday, and then we got the Rockets Thursday. So we got a couple of tough games coming up. So the Sixers desperately needed this win to go higher in the standings. So, yep. What is up? What is up, Blaze? How's it going, man? How's it going? No way Sixers will make the postseason. How about them Sixers? What is up, our crew? You need to be a coach who's held his players accountable and build a culture. Has Nick Nurse really done that, Arco? Has Nick Nurse really done that? Let's be honest. Sixers could be number 6 or 7. 6, 7. Yeah, man. It's a winning season locked in. It's officially a winning season locked in. And Blaze, I gotta tell you this. I was gonna tell you this after the stream, but I feel like I'm gonna tell you this now. After the game last night, right? After I streamed, I talked to my dad about the Sixers, right? And he was like, Mitch, I want them to face the Knicks. He wants them to face the Knicks. He feels like the Sixers should beat the Knicks right now with the way the Knicks have been playing. And if Paul George plays like this throughout the rest of the season and the postseason, maybe we could get past the Knicks. This has been the most positive I have seen from my dad about the Sixers in quite a bit. He raised me to be a realistic Sixers fan, and I am forever grateful for that from my dad. But just the way he's been talking and acting towards this team in the last 7 to 10 games has been different. I kind of like it from my dad a little bit. I kind of do. Probably not. Yeah. I mean, facing the Knicks would mean ending a high seed. I'll take it. Would be a fun series with New York. It'll be hella fun. It'll be hella fun. The one thing I have against the Knicks, and I told my dad this, the one thing I have against the Knicks is that we can't rebound. The Sixers are not a good rebounding team, and the Knicks are pretty much known for rebounding with Mitchell Robinson, Karl Anthony Towns. Like, they're known for like a rebounding team, and the Sixers are not. So we've been getting beat on the glass day in and day out. That is the one of the couple things I've been worried about when it comes to the playoffs. Like, when it's the playoffs, it slows down. The game slows down, right? It's much more than a half court set. You gotta grab the rebounds, and with Joel Embiid being at the top of the key, that's not gonna cut it. That's not gonna cut it. We can't have Joel Embiid at top of the key. We can't. I'm glad my Thunder are being tested. There you go. Just can't let New York fans take over Philly like they did during the season. That cannot happen in the playoffs. Hey, if the Sixers end the season strong in the next 7 games or so, if they end it strong, maybe we'll pack the Xfinity Mobile Arena with Sixers fans. They will get them ready in the playoffs in those big time games. Yeah, man. Yeah, you need anything that you can get to get ready for those big time games in the playoffs. So hopefully, hopefully the Sixers do land in the play-in. Again, we do have a couple tough games coming up. So hey, I'm kind of positive about my Sixers right now. I'll take it. I'm a little positive about my Sixers right now. I'll take it. So hey, Tyrese Maxey had a hell of a game last night. Edstrom had a hell of a game last night. And the game in the first half, the Sixers were actually losing to the Washington Wizards. They were actually down to the Washington Wizards in the first half. And in the third quarter start, we just took over. The Sixers just took over. I think they scored like around 45 to 50 points in the third quarter. Like, they just completely took over. Paul George had a really incredible game from him. So I really liked what I saw in that second half. The first half I did not like so much. Like, you're against Washington. I was getting the feeling that Sixers were overlooking Washington. And then now in the second half, they were like, hold my beer. Thunder played the Lakers twice, Nuggets, and the Suns. Ooh, okay, yeah. That's kind of tough. Lakers twice. They clinched the division. They clinched yeah, they're in the playoffs. Nuggets, yes, and the Suns. I can't wait to watch the Suns game tonight. I cannot wait. It's gonna be fun to watch that. Clippers too, dude. Here's the thing about the Clippers, right, Arco? Here's something about the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard, for what he is doing this season or has done this season, is he a top 10 player in the league right now? Is Kawhi Leonard a top 10 player in the league right now? Is he? I want to ask you guys that because from what he has been doing with the Sixers, right? I mean, not with the Sixers, what he has been doing with the Clippers is really good. What is up, man? What is up? I'm so glad the Raptors choked. I am too. I am too. Hey, we needed them to lose. I think, who else did we need to lose last night? I'm just glad that, yeah, Clippers slippers. Kawhi's been great. Kawhi's been really good this year when healthy. When healthy, he is definitely a top 5, top 10 player, without a doubt. Without a doubt. I kind of remember I made a video right after the Clippers got like destroyed. I ranted that Kawhi needed to get out of Clippers last year. And Paolo is not a superstar, even a franchise player. We talked about that on the pick and roll yesterday game. Me, Blaze, Coach Ed, Rios. We talked about that. And he is better when Franz Wagner is on the floor. And we all came to an agreement that Franz Wagner may be the actual number one, not Paul George. Not Paul George, Paolo Banchero. So that's how I look at it with Orlando, and the head coach has got to go. Mosley has got to go, right? When you're talking about a coach that needs to be on the hot seat, that is the coach that needs to be on the hot seat. That is the number one when it comes down, because that team has really had some good players on that roster, but is not transferring into wins. It's not going into W's. Like, that is insane. Look at San Antonio, for example, right? They won 35 out of the last 36 games. That is the coach you need. That is the coach you need for your roster. Oh, I thought you did. My bad. I didn't agree that Wagner, damn it, could be at 1. I think Paulo's just better with Wagner also, but to me, neither are elite. That's fair. That's fair. So, do you think Paulo Blaze is overrated? Do you think he's overrated? Because I'm starting to feel like that. I'm starting to get into Paulo is a little bit overrated. Remember when he got drafted number 1 overall? Do you guys remember that? It was going to be Jalen Smith. Jalen Smith was the number 1 overall pick. But then Orlando was like, nope, we're taking Paolo. They took Paolo with the number 1 pick. And that was actually, here's a funny story. We actually started Hardcore Sports Network back then, and we actually have a highlight video of Paolo Banchero in Duke. We have that on the channel, actually. So if you guys want to see him back at Duke, go check it out on the network. Like, it's one of our first vids. So, it's a shame, man. Paolo could be a great number 2 or on a different team to me. He is due for a big contract, Blaze. He is due for a huge max contract extension. So, this is... Paolo needs to get his shit together, man. Speaking of number 2s, legendary! Cool Cat was just laughing at that, man. Cool Cat was just dying at that. He just couldn't stop laughing at that joke, so that was just a really funny thing. I know Shedeur Sanders was number 2 at Colorado, but it's different when you're on the Browns. It's different when you're on the Browns, so. Alright, I gotta talk about this. I don't know how you guys feel about this, but with April Fool's being yesterday, right? With April Fool's being yesterday, Joel and... Wait. There we go. Okay, since April Fool's was yesterday, right? The Sixers media tweeted out that he was not going to play due to illness. And then Joel Embiid quote tweeted that. It was like, what is this, April Fool's? And he was like, I'm planning to play. He wanted to play against Washington. And then they reversed it to him playing. And then they changed it back when he was ruled he couldn't play due to illness. So for me, I'm like, Joel Embiid said, stop. I know you're a master at like trolling, whatever you want to call it, but dude, come on. This is why you get all the hate you get for shit like this. This is why Joel Embiid gets hate day in and day out. He acts like this tough guy, and then he's like, nope, I can't play now. It's like, bro. But it comes to me, right? Here's a question for me. Has this been like this throughout his entire career with the Sixers? Like, he's wanting to play, he's good to play, and then the Sixers are like, no, we're not playing you. Is this becoming something with the Sixers right now? Like, that has me second guessing here. That has me second guessing. I hate when the Sixers are like this. Like, dude, they need to fix that. They need to fix that, man. And don't even get me started on Dem Boner and Andre Drummond. They sucked last night. They were terrible last night against Washington. They were god awful. But yeah, it's just that's my question. Has this been a thing through the Sixers? What is up, Alexander? Flag. What is good, Ryan? Get rid of Joel Embiid. It's tough. We can't. We cannot with that contract. With that contract and his health, no one really would take him. It's time to moving on from. It is. It is honestly a time to move on from Joel Embiid. It is. I hate when people realize that SGA makes tough shots. He's a foul. Yeah, he's a really good shot creator, SGA, but people are just hot enough of him, getting to the line. They just hate that. So it is what it is, dude. It is what it is. And by the way, guys, we're actually live on the network right now. My guys, Nick and Adam, they're live doing a Forbidden Podcast Wrestling if you guys want to tune into that. And also, so I don't forget, April 11th, 9 a.m., Hollis Thomas is going to be on the Patterson App Sports Show. Make sure you guys tune in April 11th at 9 a.m. And also, we got the mock draft coming up in a couple weeks, April 16th at 8:30 p.m., hosted by yours truly, Coach Ed Gladney. So make sure you guys tune into that. And if you guys haven't yet, subscribe to the network, subscribe to the Hardcore Sports Network. Really appreciate you guys. So, non-Sixers, non-basketball related, I just got to talk about this real quick. And then it's Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins is actually signing with the Raiders. So is that your starting quarterback? Is that going to be your starting quarterback now? So Mendoza can learn from Kirk Cousins on how to steal money? Brunson and Trey Young show the same stuff HCA does. Everyone needs to get over it. Fouls happen, and when you get fouled, you shoot free throws. Simple. It is a little odd. We'll talk about that on the NFL Sunday morning show for sure. But I just that caught me out of left field. That caught me out of left field. I'm like, dang, what does Tom Brady and the Raiders have in mind? How old is Kirk Cousins? Isn't he like 32, 33? I gotta look this up. How old is Kirk Cousins real quick? He's 37! Kirk Cousins is 37! So I'm like, dude, what the fuck? What are the Raiders doing? That's a step backwards. That is a step backwards, bro, for that. I'm like, come on, man. No way. No fucking way. Yeah, well, the Raiders are not the best at that. All right. Yeah, that is just crazy. I mean, in today's NFL, you need a good backup, and young quarterbacks need to develop sometimes. So I guess it makes sense just in case. I would start Mendoza and have Kirk Cousins be the backup. That's me. So I agree on that. So yeah, I just that just caught me out of left field. When Vic posted it in the Discord, I'm like, huh? Are my eyes deceiving me? Are my eyes actually deceiving me on that? And let's face it, Mendoza can learn a lot from Cousins, so I get it. I get it somewhat. How to steal money? That's how I get it. That's what I get. How to steal money. All right, hold on. I thought I found something here. Here we go. Here's a playoff picture right now. Let's take a look at this, shall we? Here's the playoff picture for the NBA. Here's the playoff picture for the NBA. Actually, I'm going to go like this. Let's go into this real quick here. Yeah, all right. I heard the Raiders, Jeff Mendoza won't be a good fix. What? Let him fight it out for the starter competition. Get have Mendoza too. What is up, Malik? Lakers can very well be OKC today. Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely the Lakers could. Just waiting until the Raiders get AJ Brown too, LOL. Probably the Pacers, to be honest. True. All right, let's go into the playoff seedings right now. Let's go into this. So, as you guys can see right here, let me zoom in. So right now, the 7th and 8th seed of the Eastern Conference, you got Raptors and Hornets. That's going to be a fun matchup to watch. That's going to be fun for that. But this is what's really catching my eye. Sixers are the 6th seed, man. We're the 6th seed. Wow. And that's actually a best case scenario to play the Knicks. Honestly, I would not want to play Boston. I would, if the Sixers somehow get to Detroit, I would not mind that. The Cavs, I'm fine with that. I don't want to play the Hawks. I do not want to play the Hawks on the way they've been rolling. I don't want to play the Hawks, Hornets, Celtics. Those are the three teams I don't want to face for the Sixers to face. Hawks, Hornets, Celtics, and I'll throw the Raptors in there. Those are the four teams I don't want the Sixers to play. That is it. So let me stop sharing that. Let me come back to the screen. Hello. What is up? If your guys can stay healthy, that's the thing too. What? The Sixers seed. It is. It definitely is. Philadelphia can compete with the Hawks. Dude, the way they've been playing right now, I don't know, man. The Hawks are athletic. Jalen Johnson, the team is built perfectly around there. They're deep. It would be so rewarding if the Sixers played against Kings Garbage and Cavs in round one. I know you were like that. I don't know. Here's another team that can beat the Sixers. Here's another team who can second beat himself, right? Let me get into this. Here's another team that can beat the Sixers. Here's another team that can beat the Sixers themselves. The Sixers can beat themselves with the health, Nick Nurse, and the dysfunction of Joel Embiid. So those are the three things that can beat the Sixers themselves, the health, Joel Embiid, Nick Nurse. Health, Joel Embiid, Nick Nurse. That and in the depth. So that's four. That's four things that can beat the Sixers right now. You need depth for this. You need depth. You have no point guards. Yeah, honestly, we don't really have a true point guard. We don't. But we have Maxey and Edstrom. Maxey can play make. Maxey can be a playmaker when need be. So I think the Sixers should beat the Hawks. No one in the Hawks has a playoff experience. Sixers players have more playoff experience. That is true. Why are we yelling? Why are we yelling? Yeah, beep, 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 beep. Yeah, it's just crazy, man. I thought it is just so funny. Like, I really want to know how Sixers fans are feeling with them in the 6th seed right now. That's what I really want to know. I love it. I love them in the 6th seed as of right now. But again, we got tough teams coming up. We got Timberwolves Friday, Detroit Saturday, Monday the Spurs, next Thursday the Rockets. Those are the next four tough teams. Next four games, man, they are tough. If the Sixers can split it, I could see them beating Minnesota. I could see them beating Detroit. I can't see them beating Spurs. I could see them beating the Rockets. So if they go 500 or better, then I'm good with that. They can't afford to go less than 500 in the next four. You gotta have a positive record. If they don't get a positive record out of the next four, we're probably gonna be in the play-in. Paul George might show out. He's playing for a contract. We need that Paul George from last night. Question: how far in the postseason do the Sixers have to get past the second round? I think it's just past the second round. If you can get past the second round, it saves Nick Nurse's job. That is one. Two, it shows everyone that Joel Embiid can actually get past the second round. And remember when we first hired Nick Nurse and in that introduction press conference, he was like, "What's your job? What's your goal?" to get past the second round. And when that happened, right? When that happened, after that, playing, no, first round, playing, playing. First round or second round playing for whatever it was. So we never got past the second round with Nick Nurse. So if we can get past the second round, Nick Nurse's job is saved. I feel like. So they won't beat Detroit. Detroit in 5 or Sixers. Do we have to yell? Okay. I'm yelling too, bro. Yeah, I'd say past the second round. Yeah, me making the postseason and having a winning record is already a small victory for this team because so many have doubted them to get there. That's fair, but I feel like past the second round is like the tip top goal. Like one goal was to get a positive record. The second goal to get past the first round or get past the play-in, then the first round, then the second round. So I think it goes like that. So first, positive record. Second, out of the play-in, out of the first round, out of the second. So that's what I think for the Sixers. So I wonder. There's probably Sixers fans out there that want them to lose to fire Nick Nurse. Let's be honest here. I think there's Sixers fans out there that want them to lose to fire Nick Nurse. Am I one of those guys? No. I want the best for them. I want them to win. I want them to compete. But I want Nick Nurse gone. Yeah. I agree getting past the postseason second round would be a huge success. Oh no. Stop agreeing with me! Stop it! I'm getting tired when Blaze agrees with me. Getting tired of it. Stop it. Oh man. You're 50-50 on Nurse? That's fair. Because for me, I'm like 75. I'm like 25 on Nick Nurse. 25. And that just has to deal with him yelling, right? Him yelling at the refs. That is honestly the worst thing that can happen. If you want a team to lose ever, you're not really a valuable, very valuable fan. Hey, they're trying to outsmart everyone, Blaze. They're trying to outsmart everyone. And does it work for them in the long run? No. It does not work out for them in the long run. They're trying to be that guy who thinks they know everything. Me too, game. I'm like 25 on Nick Nurse. I am 25 on Nick Nurse. But so there was a vote I had you guys. Is this Paul George's best game as a Sixer? 100% of you guys said yes. This was honestly this small run of Paul George shows you where his confidence level is at. From where he was after the suspension to now, his confidence at an all-time high. His health is at an all-time high. He's the best that he's been since what, the OKC Thunder days or something like that. So this is the Paul George that we needed. I love what Paul George is doing. He's being aggressive. He's attacking the boards. He's grabbing steals. He's shooting threes, step back threes even. Paul George is the X factor coming into the end of this season. He's the X factor into the play-in postseason. He is the X factor for sure. Oh wow! Look, David is not typing in caps. Wow, he had 2 months rest. He did. What is up, Vic? The Pittsburgh Pirates are calling out Connor Kiffin, the number one prospect in baseball, ahead of Friday's home opener. He'll start a shortstop. There you go. There you go. Phillies won. Yay! Phillies won. Yay! Let's go. Let's go, man. Let's go. Yeah. Hey, how do you guys feel about this Paul George? How do you guys think? Do you think this can continue? Hopefully it can continue. I want this Paul George to continue throughout the rest of the season, throughout the postseason, because he is the X factor for the Sixers, man. He is the X factor of the Sixers team. He is. What is this? This is This is something. Dude, I thought that was April Fool's joke too. If you guys did not know, Puka checked himself into rehab out of the blue, and I'm like, where did this come from? You have Jaden Ivey and now this. Where did this? What did it? When did this happen? Like, dude, let this sink in. It's just like, bro, you can have all the money in the world. You can be at cloud nine on cloud nine, but then your mental is not. Yeah, yeah. Look at Bam. Hashtag don't forget Bam. What is up? What is up, Mets? Guys, next Tuesday, me and Mets are going to stream the Celtics and Hornets next Tuesday. That'll be a fun one. Is George on George and X Factor for the Sixers? Yes. But no, they were not. I'm right there with you, Mets. Yes, he signed with the Raiders. We'll talk about that more on the NFL Sunday Morning Show. We talked about that a little bit here, Grega. And this is how I feel about it. You ready? He's teaching Mendoza how to steal money. He's teaching Mendoza how to steal money from organizations. That's what I'm. Vic, that makes him the youngest in MLB since Ken Griffey Jr. How old was Ken Griffey Jr. when he started? How old was Ken Griffey Jr. when he started? 18? 19? Dude, Ken Griffey is one of my favorite baseball players of all time. Guys, who's your favorite baseball player of all time? I would really like to know. Okay. They're still professionals, right? They're not as good as any other team. They're not a college team. They just have a lot of fixing. Next year, wait for Washington next year. Wait for Washington Wizards next year. You got Trae Young, right? You're going to get Trae Young and Anthony Davis, two guys that can't stay healthy. Trae Young is going to be an empty stat guy. AD, when he's healthy, he's a top guy in the league, top 5, top 10. So Washington next year, if Trae Young can stay healthy and not empty stats, he is going to be, him and Anthony Davis is going to be one of the best duos in the league. Mark my words, if Trae Young can actually produce winning games and Anthony Davis can stay healthy, imagine that pick and roll. Imagine that pick and pop. Those two guys alone, together, they're going to make a big difference for Washington. Let that stick. Let that stick. Not many have the Sixers winning the title would be great. Yep. Wizards would be any college. Yeah, there will be any college teams. Let's be honest. There's still levels to this shit. There's still levels. Remember the whole Brian Scalabrine thing? Trae Young and AD, who gets hurt first? You know what's kind of funny? Anthony Davis was playing 2K, right? He was playing 2K as himself, and then him in a game got hurt. He was playing the video game as himself, and Anthony Davis in the game got hurt. Like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That's just karma. That's just karma. Hey guys, how many likes do we have on the stream here? How many likes do we have on the stream here? Let me know. But yeah. So the Sixers are in the 6th seed right now. Paul George had a really good game. Tyrese Maxey had a good game in the second half. VJ Edstrom had a double-double. This was a definitely star-heavy game for the Sixers. It was really a star-heavy game, and Quentin Grimes. Quentin Grimes played good off the bench. Yes, they have a top pick too. Yes, they definitely have a top pick as well. Washington, are they going to be in the same category next year? It's the Hawks, as the Jazz, as the Pacers next year. Are they going to be in that category? I don't know. Would you trade MB for AD? I would. You would? Injury-prone guy for an injury-prone guy. But here's the thing. It was proven that AD, you can win with AD. I don't know if you can win with Embiid, so I would. You can win with Anthony Davis. I don't know if you can win with Joel Embiid. I think that is what it comes down to, Blaze. That is what it comes down to. Who can you win with? When the last time Washington was decent? John Wall, Bradley Beal. It was that era, that backcourt, arguably one of the best backcourts in NBA at that time. So I think it was mostly those two together. So yeah, that was the last time they were good. Joel injury prone for Kentucky injury prone. I'll take it every time. I would too. Joel Embiid is a part-time player. That's actually a good way to look at it. That is a good way to look at it, guys. That's actually a good way to look at it too. Yeah, that is true. And Malik, tune in on Tuesday. I'm streaming your Celtics against the Hornets. Celtics and Hornets Tuesday. I am streaming that. And like tonight, I'm streaming the Hornets and Suns. Tomorrow, Sixers Timberwolves. Saturday, I'm streaming Illinois and UConn. I'm not streaming Michigan. That is too late. Sunday, I don't know yet. Depends on. I'm supposed to go to movies on Sunday. Yeah, where did he go to college, Blade? Where did John Wall go to college? Boston destroyed Heat. You know what? Let's go around the league for the game last night. Let's do this. I'm up. Let's go into here. I'm trying to find a good layout here. Here we go. We'll go this way. All right. So let's look at the around the league, right? Sixers 153 to 131. The Hawks beat the Magic. Nikhil Alexander-Walker had 32 points. God dang. 130 to 101. Celtics defeated the Heat. Jaylen Brown, 43 points. 43 points. You know what? After I'm done with this, I'm going to talk about Jaylen Brown and Celtics real quick. Bam had 29 and 10. The Knicks beat the Grizzlies 130 to 119. OG had a double-double. The Kings beat the Raptors. The Kings beat the Raptors. Yes. Let's go. Sacramento. Sacramento. The Pacers beat the Bulls 145 to 126. Blaze, your guy Brazzelis played well. The Rockets beat the Bucks. That game was actually too close. The Nuggets beat the Jazz. The Spurs beat the Warriors. So we had good games last night, man. We had good games last night, bro. We had a good game last night, man. All right, let's go. Here we go. Hi. Hello. Should we won though? I don't know, man. I don't know. All right, let's talk about the Boston Celtics right now. Yeah, that would be a fun game. That would be a fun game. Obviously, I'm gonna miss it. So, all right, let's talk about. You ready for this? Let's talk about the Boston Celtics real quick and Jaylen Brown. Okay, Jaylen Brown last night played unbelievable. Jaylen Brown was playing unbelievable in the beginning of the year till Jason Tatum came back. He was arguably in the conversation for MVP. He was always in that conversation as like from 3rd to 10th in that MVP ranking. But since Jason Tatum came back, Jaylen Brown has been falling off a little bit in the MVP conversation. So when you look at Jaylen Brown in the game he had last night, what was it, like a 40 piece or something like that? Jaylen Brown, he should still be in the conversation for MVP. He should really be in a conversation for MVP. But since Tatum came back, they took it away. He fell down in the rankings, which I find it's a little unfair, you know? I find it's a little unfair for Jaylen Brown. He has been performing so well this entire season that Jaylen Brown, this is his team, I feel like. I feel like this is his team. I don't think this is Jason Tatum's team. You could say 1A, 1B. You can go that route. For me, I'm going 1, Tatum 2. Jaylen Brown is a finals MVP. Jaylen Brown carried the Celtics this year when everyone was saying they were going to take a gap year. So for me, honestly, Jaylen Brown should be in the conversation for MVP. He really should. Jaylen Brown has been killing it. Now, if they come back, or not come back, if they stick to this right now with Jaylen Brown and Tatum, they're definitely coming out of the East. I feel like they're definitely coming out of the East with this duo. I have them going to the finals with the Thunder and the Thunder winning in 7. That's how I feel this season is going to end up. But Jaylen Brown deserves to be in the MVP conversation. He desperately should. If it's not him, then you got to give it to Wemby, right? You got to give it to Wemby, SCA, Jokic, Luca. But Jaylen Brown has been performing unbelievable, even without Tatum. When Boston's still a very talented team, they still are. They are still are. When Tatum was not supposed to be playing, right? Everyone thought they would take a gap year. Everyone thought they were like trading pieces away, bank up, get ready for next season with Tatum. But no, Tatum came back. The Celtics stayed afloat. Like this is just really good for Jaylen Brown and the Celtics right now. Do you think Tatum ruined the MVP case for Jaylen Brown? You can make that argument. You could definitely make that argument, but am I going to go that route? No, I'm not because I'm going the route that it's a Jaylen Brown's team over Jason Tatum's team. I'm going to stick with that route. I'm going to stick with that route, guys, and I'm just saying Jaylen Brown needs more respect than MVP race. He needs more respect than MVP race, guys. So I'm just going to end it like that. Yeah, look at this. Derek White, Pritchard, Hauser, you got Querta, you got some guys over there in Boston, but without Tatum, they were still banking on like a small rebuild. They were banking on the retool. So that's all I'm going to say about that, man. Derek White, Pritchard, Hauser, Querta. We can go on and on about this Boston Celtics team. We can go on and on about this team, bro. I'm telling you right now, Jaylen Brown needs to be in MVP conversation. I'm gonna look up. Let's look this up right now. NBA MVP odds. Let's look this up real quick. Okay. So here, I'm gonna share the screen here. If Boston wins the championship, yeah, definitely, definitely. Let's get into this, shall we? I want to get into this. Look at the odds of MVPs right now. This is according to ESPN. New YouTube banner. What? Uh, SCA, Wembenyama, Luca, Jokic, Brown. So that's at 5. Then you got Donovan Mitchell. You got me. You got Kawhi Leonard, Jalen Brunson, and Anthony Edwards. That is the starting. That is not the starting 5. That is the Finals MVP. That is not the Finals. That's his MVP on the season, right? So this is what we got right there. Jaylen Brown is in the top 5, but you can make an argument that you can put him in the top 4. You can make that argument for sure for what he has done. Is he going to get MVP this year? Nah. And then let's go to Rookie of the Year too. Hold on. All right, rookie of the year odds: John Knipple and Cooper Flag. Edgecombe. This MVP race is very tight. It definitely is. It's going to be like this for God knows how long. God knows how long. But the competition, the players are only getting better, bro. They're only getting better. All right. So yeah, defensive player of the year is Wembanyama. That's it. Most improved player. Here we go. Here we go. Nikhil Alexander Walker, Jalen Duran. FD's dude, if he did not get hurt, he would run away with that. Jalen Johnson and Ryan Rollins. Ryan Rollins came out of nowhere. He came out of nowhere. Sixth man of the year, Keldon Johnson. Yep. Reed Shepard, 3. Wow. And then clutch player of the year, SCA Jamal Murray. Yep. There we go. So there's that. Yeah, like the competition in the NBA is so fun to watch. It is so fun to watch right now, guys. It is honestly so fun to watch. Rudy Gobert, he's the most overrated player in the NBA. I am sick and tired of Rudy Gobert, especially when he won, what, 4 defensive player of the years in a row? What has he done since then? What has Rudy Gobert done in his whole career? Rudy Gobert can't compete with anybody, not just Wemby. He can't compete with Jokic. He can't compete with Embiid. He can't compete with Bam. He can't compete with the best big men in the league, right? I really wish they could trade Rudy Gobert, but they did a massive trade a couple years ago around COVID, I believe, and now they're stuck with him. He's a good piece next to Anthony Edwards. This is Anthony Edwards' team, but for me, honestly, Rudy Gobert is honestly the most improved in the. He's the most overrated player. How did Rudy name get brought up for defensive player of the year? Getting scored on. It is sad. It is honestly sad, man. I'm getting tired of the Rudy Gobert hype. I'm getting really tired of that. So, all right. So, yeah, guys, that's insane for what the Sixers are doing right now. Rudy Gobert can't do much of anything. Honestly, is 4 on 5 on the offensive side of the court. It is 4 on 5. What is Rudy Gobert even averaging? Let's take a look at that. Rudy Gobert is averaging 11 points, 12 boards. He's shooting 69% from the field. From free throws, he's shooting 53% from the free throw line. Yeah, he's definitely one of the most overrated players of the league. He definitely is. What is up, Jason? What is up, man? Sixers next first round series. As of right now, that's what it looks like. That is what it looks like, man. As of right now, the playoffs started right now. Sixers next. I can see the Sixers beating the Knicks. I can. I can. So, yep. Yeah, so, yeah, guys. Rudy Gobert overrated. Jalen Brown should be an MVP conversation. Joel Embiid trolling. I'm getting tired of that, honestly. Getting tired of that. So, I just don't know what to do next with the Sixers team. I love it. Just keep on doing what they're doing, right? They won 7 out of their last 10. They won 7 out of the last 10, dude. Ah, yeah. It's still funny to me. Let's go to football real quick. It's still kind of funny to me how Kirk Cousins is on the Raiders. Kirk Cousins is on the Raiders. A 37-year-old, he's got to be a backup to Mendoza, right? He's got to be a backup to Mendoza. I want to know how much he signed for. Does anyone know how much he signed for? Did he announce how much he signed for? I just want to know how much they did he hold on. Did he announce on did Ian Rappaport tweet anything out about it? Two what? Okay. Okay. I let me show you guys this. You guys are gonna I don't know how you guys will feel about this contract that he just got. Look, the Raiders are signing quarterback Kirk Cousins to a contract that pays him 10 mil for playing in Las Vegas in 2026. 1.3 mil paid by Las Vegas. 10 mil next March is before we get. There is a 2-year team option for 80 mil. What are the Raiders doing? What are the Raiders doing here, guys? What the fuck are they doing here? Oh my god. You want to talk about dysfunctional franchise? This is dysfunctional franchise. Sixers beat the Wizards. What is up, Nick? What is up, Nick? Kirk Cousins, man, this contract is just absurd. What are the Raiders doing? What are they doing, man? I thought Kirk Cousins would just call it quits right there at 37 years old. I thought he would be done, hang up the cleats, whatever. But no, nice try at positivity, Nick. Keep practicing, you and get it someday. Oh, bruh. That's actually kind of funny. That's actually kind of funny there. So I just don't know what the fuck the Raiders are doing, bro. I just don't know what the fuck they're doing. I am nice sarcasm. Isn't this a guy that? Yeah, I definitely got it. I definitely got it for sure. All right, we're gonna wrap this show up in like a couple minutes here. If they lost to the season, would their would the season be over? Dude, it's just crazy. We'll give Podcast P his flowers. He's been great as of late. Every time I think he'll going to put up a stinker, we give it 6 points. He'll going above that. Shout out to him. I don't know, Nick. We heard a lot of Sixers will make the postseason this year. Just saying, buddy, you'll get there. Keep practicing. No, I don't care if they won or lost 40 to the win. Get me to next season. Oh, Lord. Blades and Nick are going back and forth right now. Blades and Nick are going back and forth. So, yeah, Kirk Cousins, crazy. We'll talk about that more on the NFL Sunday morning show. Definitely. With Big C, Football Talk with Bo and James. We'll talk about that. Definitely. Uh, I was, but I had them in the plane. All right, guys, I'm gonna call it here. Guys. I got to do a couple things. How many likes do we have? First off, let me see how many likes we got. Guys, we only have 9 likes here. We only have 9. What do you define as a postseason, though? Playoffs and playing, or just playoffs? Because they definitely made the playoffs yet. Wow, the Sixers just made the play in and go to a winning season. You can't wait till next season. I don't get it, but okay. Postseason equals more games than the regular season, hence the word post. Yep. Guys, we need likes here. If you guys haven't yet, we're actually live on the network right now. The Forbidden Podcast, the wrestling with Nick and Adam. Okay, some do consider playing a part of the postseason. I do, but some people, that's why I asked. Let's go PA Sixers. Oh, man, this was a fun stream, guys. There's definitely some clips worthy. I got a clip out of this. Definitely. Yeah, guys, I'll catch you guys later. I'll see you guys tonight for the Hornets and Celtics. Oh, no, Celtics, Hornets and Suns. Hornets and Suns tonight. And make sure you guys go show some love to Nick and Adam. They're live right now doing the Forbidden Podcast. Make sure you guys go hang out with them. With that being said, guys, we'll catch you guys later. MK in the morning tomorrow, maybe? I'm not exactly sure. So, yeah, I can't wait for the game tonight. It does. All right, guys. We'll catch you guys later, man. Like, share, subscribe. Peace, guys. Have a good one.